Hey, this is Gene and Joy. You're here with us answering one of our Freedom Flower questions, which is what do I do? How does Freedom Flow help me when I feel like I'm in lack? When it's tax time and I realize that I owe taxes and I didn't know that I was going to, and there's not money in the account. And I'm a little concerned. Okay, more than a little concerned. What do I do? And how does Freedom Flow help? And so I'm going to start off by saying I'm like a personal finance guy. Like paying my bills is a really big deal to me. Okay, so this is, this is like more than a little bothersome. Okay, and I tend to look at myself. I tend to look at my resources or my lack of resources, and it becomes a really, really big and bigger deal. Okay? And before long, I've got this, I may have this expanded into like a really monumental problem because I'm concentrated on my own, quote, resources. On my resources. It's not just about me. Freedom Flow is recognizing that we're not alone, that the me is within a collective of we. Am I willing to reach out? Am I willing to recognize that my lack in this particular situation is needed in the flow? Oh, you don't think lack is needed in flow? Basic principle of business. Supply and demand. If you don't have a demand, if you don't have a need, you can't supply anything. If you have lots of abundance and no place to contribute it into, no place to transact with it, no place to interact and relate with it, that abundance does you absolutely no good. And there are many out there that are looking for opportunities where there is to fulfill, to assist in areas of lack. Am I willing to say, I have need?
So what can I contribute when it feels like it's outside of my wheelhouse? This financial currency is not the one that I am predominantly aware of. So am I disqualified? Am I disconnected here? Is there anything I can contribute? How can I participate? I participate by being me. First of all, by being open to caring, which I am. That is part of mine. But open to the awareness and not disqualifying myself. So, for example, in this scenario, I don't disqualify that even financial things that I am not an expert at sometimes will come through me because I see things differently. So sometimes I've actually seen something where we've doubled up a cost or where we could cut a cost, but it was between the two of us when the need was expressed. That when he could express his need of help in something that is, I consider his strength, and I didn't disqualify, sometimes I actually came up with an idea that could help practically meet the unexpected expense.
But just the reality of just being able to talk about it, the reality of being able to share it with someone, all of a sudden this thing that seemed so huge, quote, comes back down to a more, quote, realistic and manageable size. I realize this isn't, quote, the end of the world. This is not, this isn't as big of a deal as I have made it. she's not minimizing it. She's simply giving me an opportunity to express it, giving me an opportunity to hear myself talk about it, giving me an opportunity to practice sharing my lack by having a conversation with her. And she also isn't rejecting me, which is one of my fears. It's like, oh man, like if Joy knows what a lousy provider I am and how I messed this up and how she's going to be so, and she's not. Part of the reason she's not is because it isn't her primary area that is really, really super important and critical to her. And so that diversity between the two of us can be very, very helpful.
And the diversity always comes down to we remember who is the source. So no matter what the situation is, I can use his perception of lack, but know the principle that the source is always connected to me. The source is always connected to we, is the connection and the connector of we. Usually when I'm feeling overwhelmed in any place, it's because I feel like that source is no longer, and there's no resource to discover that I can't see. I start feeling like it's all about me and it has to be my resource. I can simply, by listening and sharing and loving in it, help direct us and use it to experience the source in a new way, our relationship with the source between the two of us.
And it's amazing. It's amazing how even these financial situations get, quote, addressed in ways that I could never have imagined. And so she raises my perspective, not just from myself, not even just from my physical recognized, quote, resources in others that I might know of, but that limitless source opens me up to opportunities beyond what I had been able to figure out in my head. Hope this has been helpful. Remember, you are not alone. We're in this freedom flow together. And regardless of whether you're feeling abundant or lack in a particular area, it's not just about you. There is a we and you. That's a weird way of saying it. Me is a part of we. Thanks so much for contributing this topic to our Freedom Flow discussion. And as you have opportunities to share questions with us, we would love to be a part of that conversation. This is Gene and Joy. See you in the next video.